As for the most important topic, the gameplay. The gameplay is extremely solid. Battle Shapers feels almost like RoboQuest meets Doom, and even then that's not quite accurate as Battle Shapers has its own vibe. While there were some weapons and abilities I didn't care for, I wouldn't have any problem with them if they were my only option. In terms of weapons, you have everything from SMGs, to assault rifles, to shotguns, to grenade launchers, to even throwing hammers. These weapons even have different levels and different rarities, which basically just means a slight buff to their stats. On top of that, the weapons can even have modifiers that grant you different perks, such as doing extra damage with a different damage type, increasing crit chance, or even my personal favorite, a perk that allows you to do an extra 10% damage for every 100 credits you have, up to a 200% damage bonus. Then there are the different abilities, such as throwing a stun grenade, a pulse grenade, or even one that allows you to jump up in the air and when you strike the ground you send a wave of fire around you that will burn enemies. These abilities also have tier levels, rarities, and modifiers as well. You can sort of think of these abilities more like utilities since they can be easily swapped and modified. As for the credits I mentioned earlier, these can be spent in a handful of different ways, but the most common are the shops you see twice throughout the levels. Each level has 2 different floors, and at the end of each floor you will come across a shop that will offer you 3 items that you can purchase with your credits. Occasionally, the shop will offer you health, but for the most part, they offer a weapon, an ability, and a minor core enhancement. What is a minor core enhancement? Well, your character is named Ada, and she is a Shaper. Ada and the evil Shaper overlords all have something called a core. These cores allow for different abilities. These abilities can then be boosted or augmented in small ways with minor core enhancements. These enhancements do everything from increasing reload speed when you dash to allowing rapid fire after 5 precision shots on an enemy. On top of that, you can also gain major core enhancements, which are like the minor enhancements, just more potent and powerful. Then you can also get hacker enhancements after defeating a boss, which will do anything from introducing a flat yet substantial damage increase to a damage element type such as kinetic, arc, solar, or vibro, or you can get a hacker enhancement that gives you extra credits when you start a level or defeat an enemy. To take a step back to the bosses and different core types, you start the game with your own core, but as you defeat the bosses you can unlock their core, which there are a total of 3, one for each boss. These boss cores then give you different abilities in relation to the bosses you acquired them from. My favorite being the Arc core that drops from the Volt Colossus. That core gives me the ability to throw a grenade that creates a bubble of arc energy, and enemies within that bubble take arc damage. As you continue to play and defeat the bosses over and over, you will then level up the cores, which then unlock more perks. These cores and perks can also be modified with the minor core enhancements.